Hello everyone, this is Waywolf here. Hope you're staying safe out there in these turbulent times. So now I'm gonna be working on doing a tier list of the entire Assassin's Creed series. Going from doing my favorites in the series to my least favorite. So we're gonna do this in chronological order. So from the very first one, we got Assassin's Creed 1. Now this is the game that started it all, of course, but compared to the more modern games, this is really outdated, especially the battle system. I know it's not a bad game, but it's not a good game now. It's just there's so many better games in the series now that this one it's not fun anymore. The first time we played it, it was good for what it was, but it's just not fun compared to the rest of the series. So I'm probably have to give this a D. Alright. And then we got Assassin's Creed Altair Chronicles, which I have never played. So I put never played section. And now we go to Assassin's Creed 2. Now this one's pretty much everyone's favorite. I personally love this game too. It's definitely one of my favorites, and I love the setting, the Renaissance. I love that setting and the character Ezio. So I would have to give this. It's not my favorite in the entire series, but it's up there. So I would have to give this I would probably give this an A, because it's really good and it improved upon the first one so much. Let's see, and then we got Assassin's Creed 2 Discovery, which I have never played, so put that in the never played section. And see what else we got here. Oh yes, Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collection. That's definitely an S tier. You can't beat that. It has the entire Ezio Collection. That just easily goes there. Let's see, what else am I missing? Oh, Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. That one I never played. Put that in the bottom section. Okay, I think we're up to date. And yep, looks like we are. Okay, so the next Assassin's Creed would be Brotherhood. This one, I love Brotherhood. I mean, especially the multiplayer. I didn't expect the multiplayer to be so good, but it really was. And I was really addicted to this game. I love the setting. I love the improvements that they made. Especially love going to horseback riding in the city of Rome. To me, they improved pretty much everything from the second one in this game, and I just love it. This is actually one of my very personal favorites of the series, and this is going to S rank. And I've played a lot of the multiplayer, so this goes in S tier. All right, so now what we got to. I don't think I missed anything, so we're going to Assassin's Creed 3. Yep, Assassin's Creed 3. So 3. I have mixed feelings about. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I just find it okay. I mean, I love the setting as well, the colonial setting, but I just didn't care for the main protagonist. And I actually didn't care for halfway through the game, the story. I just kind of lost interest. I don't know. The beginning I thought was great, given that twist, especially who you were playing as. But I just didn't really care for it. The protagonist threw me off, and then the story halfway through threw me off. So, but it's not a bad game. So I'm probably gonna put this in C. And then the remastered, I think it made everything worse. Honestly, I think the original looked better. They had a lot of bugs when I played it, and so for me, it's gonna be a D. All right. What else we got? Oh, and of course, Assassin's Creed: The Tyranny of King Washington. This was a very weird DLC. It was intriguing, I think, and definitely different. But it wasn't great. But for what it wasn't too bad. But there's far better DLCs. But this goes in the C category. Not too bad, but just all right. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh, I totally skipped Revelations. I knew I would skip something. Alright, so Revelations, let's see. That one's going to go in the B one. It's not as good as Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood, but it's not as bad as Assassin's Creed 3 is. It's better than Assassin's Creed 3. So it's going to be B. I just didn't like the den defense stuff. That threw me off. I did like the bombs, though, even though they were complicated. Let's see what else we got here. I think we got that. Assassin's Creed. Let's do Liberation. I've never played the original Liberation. However, I did play the HD version. And I felt the same way I did about 3 with that game. It, just mixed feelings. Nothing too great, nothing too bad. Just, just an okay game. So it's going to be the C category for me. Okay, and then let's take care of the Chronicle series. I didn't care for the 2D style of it. It really wasn't my kind of thing for this kind of game. But I did enjoy one of them actually, and that would be the China one, which actually is the best one to me in the Chronicle series. So I think the China one would probably go up to, I would put that's in the B, or next to Revelations. And then India and Russia, that's in the C territory. Just okay games, nothing too great. Alright, now we go to Assassin's Creed 4. This one, man, even though this is not really an assassin game, does it make you feel like an assassin game compared to the others in this series? It really is one of the best pirate games I've ever played. It really is. It still looks beautiful to this day. So to me, this goes in the S tier, especially those ship battles. Even though they did get repetitive, I just loved it. It really did something. It really improved upon the series and innovated the series. So this is definitely up there with the S tier of Brotherhood and the Ezio collection. All right, so we go to Rogue. Assassin's Creed Rogue. I actually liked this one, especially you were playing as a Templar, which I really liked. It wasn't as good as Black Flag. There's still ship battles. It wasn't as good as Black Flag, but it was definitely better than Assassin's Creed 3. So I'm going to put this right next to 2. It's right behind 2. Not as good as 2, but right behind 2. And then Remastered, I'll put right that behind Rogue. There we go. Alright, what else do we got here? Assassin's Creed Unity. The black sheep of the series. Okay, when this game came out, I did not play it. Actually, I basically waited 2 years about that before I actually got to run playing it. So I don't know how bad the bugs were, except from hearing it from other people. I never got to experience how bad the technical bugs were, but I've seen the videos and they look terrifying. But from when I played it, it was, for me, I only had like 1 or 2 bugs the entire game. So, but I did this, and the story was okay. And the setting was okay, but it wasn't a great game. And it was just an okay game. Maybe a little more than okay, but it's definitely, to me, it was better than 3. So I'm putting that up right above the B section. So, in this current state, when it first came out, I can't give you a rating because I never played when it first came out. But when it's current state, I give it a B. All right, let's see. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Oh wait, I missed one. Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. Oh, the DLC, that one's good. I would probably give that. Definitely not as good as the main game, but a good story. I like the story. So let's give it a B. That's a B. Okay, and what else we got? Alright, we're going to Assassin's Creed Dead Kings. So the DLC for Unity. This was actually good. I actually like this better than the main game. I preferred this over the main game. The story was better, and I just find it more interesting. So this one is going to go a little above Unity right here. Alright, and then we go to Syndicate. Now, Syndicate was in the Victorian area during the Revolution period. I did like the game. I love Jacob and Evie Fry, the main characters. It was a good game, and I would probably rank it. To me, it was better than Unity, so it's gonna be right around here. There we go. Yeah, about that. It's gonna be a B section. All right, now we get to the Assassin's Creed Syndicate DLCs. Jack the Ripper. Good story, but I didn't like didn't really play as Jacob at all. So I'm gonna put this in the B because I really like Jacob. So let's put this in the B. Yeah, because it was not a bad DLC. It was a pretty good DLC. So right there. And the Last Raja, that's gonna be right behind Jack the Ripper. All right, so we're down to the two recent modern games in the Assassin's Creed series, Origins and Odyssey. I was debating which one I would give this a higher score because they're not in the same category. But for me, for the overall, I would have to give Origins in the S rank. Because I love Bayek, the protagonist, and I loved Ancient Egypt. I just loved it. And the map was a perfect size for me. It was just right. They didn't, and I just loved the setting and loving the story, how the assassins were brought into being. I love the beginning of it. It just had a good story, and it was beautiful to look at. I love the fighting. Overall, it was really good. I really liked it. So it's definitely an S category. Odyssey, another Assassin's Creed game I love. However, I didn't love it as much as Origins, mostly for 2 or 3 reasons. One reason is the protagonists are not as memorable as Bayek. They were not bad, but they weren't as memorable as Bayek was. And the story wasn't as good as in the Origins story. And the map was humongous. It's so huge that to this day I've only gotten like about halfway of the map completely covered. That's how big it is. It's like 5 times bigger than Origins, maybe even bigger than that. But it's insane how big the map is. I think they went a little too far. But otherwise, it's still a great game. So I'm gonna put especially the skills and the combat. So I'm gonna put Odyssey in the A tier. All right, so that concludes my Assassin's Creed tier list. This is just my opinion. So if you feel if I discredited one of your games you did like, I'm sorry, but this is just my opinion, my view of the game. So, and that will be it. So anyway, stay safe out there, and this is Waywolf signing off.